Let's close as we always do. Head around the Inside Politics table, ask our reporters to give you a sneak peek into their notebooks. Some big political news. Mary Catherine?
All right, sunny in Florida. There is a Bloomberg poll showing some good news for Trump, up 2, and really good news for Marco Rubio, up 10. What's interesting about this in the future is Democrats would love to finish off Marco Rubio. As we know from the WikiLeaks emails, he was the one Hillary did not want to run against, and Trump was the one she would like to have run against. So we'll see where that goes. And I think those two, even though their fates are now intertwined in the future, they're the picture of how this fight plays out. So we'll see what happens on Election Day.
3 days in Florida, Donald Trump did not speak the words Marco Rubio. Nia?
If Hillary Clinton wins, she's obviously on pace to make history, being the first woman to be elected to serve as president. But women in the Senate and House also could make history on November 8th as well. They're at 20% of the House now, about 20% in the Senate as well. That could go up in the House to above 20% and possibly reach 25% in the Senate. It's mainly powered by Democratic candidates and possible Democratic wins. Cortez Masto out in Nevada, Tammy Baldwin in Illinois, and then Katie McGinney in Pennsylvania. So could be on pace to have two sort of strides in terms of women in the political arena.
We'll count those on election night.
Yeah.
Ashley?
I was just traveling with Donald Trump for the past week, and I talked to dozens of his supporters, and they all know that he's losing in almost every single national poll, and they all believe he's going to win on Election Day. And they point to the Trump yard signs in their neighborhoods. They point to the huge crowds at their rallies, and they say that there's this silent majority who is not being counted in the polls, who may be a little too embarrassed to say they're Trump supporters, but they're going to go into the voting booth, close the door, and as Trump suggests, say, what the hell do I have to lose? And so I think the question is, are these people living in a bit of an alternate reality, or are they kind of our modern day prophets and they know something we don't?
Well, we'll find out. A, you applaud their loyalty, but B, Bernie Sanders had the bigger crowds too. Manu?
John, Democrats are stuck in an internal debate about whether or not to spend money to knock off Marco Rubio in Florida. There's a battle going on between Democratic leaders about whether or not some of that money could be effective at this late stage of the game, but there's some resistance. Chuck Schumer, the incoming Democratic leader, is saying no. He wants to focus on the other states. He does not think at this point it's a winnable race based on polling, and he thinks that the money we better spend elsewhere. But one person who is pushing for Harry Reid, the outgoing Senate Democratic leader, believes there could be a chance. Some polls suggest that Murphy could be down as little as 2 points, but that's a debate ongoing.
Let's see how that one goes. I'll close with this, and it's a bit related. Republicans hope a new $25 million infusion from a Republican super PAC helps get them across the finish line in that shaky effort we've been talking about here to hold the Senate majority. Now, the money is from a super PAC closely aligned with the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. And the current spending choices, well, they're pretty revealing. The money is set to go to 6 states, 5 of them with Senate seats now held by Republicans: Pennsylvania, Indiana, North Carolina, New Hampshire, and Missouri. But by far the biggest investment from the Senate leadership PAC is going to Nevada, as Republicans try to pick up the seat held by the man Manu just mentioned, the retiring Democratic leader, Harry Reid. It's hard to not read that as an example of all politics is personal, meaning a sign of McConnell's desire to send Reid into retirement with an embarrassing loss at home.